This is the site of the Mactan Airport, Cebu City. I have secured a flight home. A week late, but nothing else. Going home. Taking a plane from here to Korea, and Korea to LA, and then LA to Chicago. Looks like they're getting ready to start checking us in for our flight. Flight leaves in about 4 hours from now, and I think it's the only flight leaving out of this airport. Well, actually it's tomorrow, but it's at 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. But there's no other activity in the airport other than just for this flight, it looks. So we'll see. A few Americans, I think a few Canadians, fair amount of Koreans, I believe. They're trying to get home. But a lot of tourists still trapped here. If you got caught on virtually any other island, probably other than Cebu where I was, you're not going to get a ferry off that island. It's just locked up tight. Just to get to the airport, you had to go through several checkpoints, but it wasn't a big deal because they realized that there was people that were able to leave, so they were allowing people to get to the airport. But they've taken each barangay here and pretty much locked it down that you're not supposed to leave that barangay, and you're only supposed to go out, sparingly to get supplies. They've issued passes for that particular purpose. So, not necessarily the best situation, but that's what's happening. This is a unique situation all across the world. Here in the Philippines, the outbreak isn't terrible right now. As I believe, there was about a little over 2,000 people infected in the entire Philippines. But anyway, the United States has just escalated almost beyond control. It's April 2nd right now, about 9 o'clock at night, a little bit after 9. So it looks like they're just getting ready to start the check-in and see everybody gearing up to start checking people in. So looks like the flight is underway. I've asked a few people, what flights they're on. This gentleman here is from Iowa. Once he gets to Korea, he's on a different flight than me, going to Washington, D.C. Like I said, I'm going to L.A. I don't know about some of these other Americans here, but there's apparently flights from Korea to the United States is coming into multiple locations yet. But I'd have to say the biggest majority of people on this flight are Koreans, and I speculate they're obviously not taking another flight to the States, maybe taking another flight inside of Korea. But this is going to Seoul. So, but yeah, there's a ass ton of people that got trapped somewhere. The guy I met on my way over, Wes Strickland's his name. I just sent him a text. He's over in Palawan. So I have no idea. He could be there all month, quite honestly. There's really no word of when they're going to open the ferries back up. And, until the flights start to move, well, I guess he wouldn't need a ferry, but he would need a flight from there to Cebu at a minimum, or Manila. But either way, until they open the local traffic, the local Filipino airlines. People that are on those islands would be trapped. I was literally one day away from getting, you know, stranded, if you will, on in Ormoc, which is on an island. You know, about the only way you can get off. Well, the easiest way, I guess, is to take the ferry over to Cebu. I suppose you could drive up to Tacloban and fly over to Cebu, but that's about a 3-hour drive, and most likely they're not allowing any of that until the ferry's open anyway. So yeah, if you were stranded in Leyte, that's where you would be until they literally opened up local traffic, and there's really no word as to when that's going to be. There's speculation the middle of the month, there's speculation the end of the month. But so I suppose I can consider myself one of the fortunate ones that, if nothing else, I'm in Cebu, and I was able to get on the only flight that's leaving town. About every 2 days, I think this flight leaves. The guy told me the next one was on the 8th, so I guess that's not every 2 days, but anyway, what it is. I guess I'm fortunate to be on this one. I booked this last Saturday, so yeah, it's been about 5 days ago, but all looks good that it's gonna go, and I'm gonna find my way back to the States on 2 flights, and then another flight from there back to Chicago, and hopefully find my car and drive home. And my goodness, get home. It's going to be good to get home. Anyway, so that's what's happening in the Cebu Airport on a Thursday night, April 2nd.